Hey guys, so we launched the website today. I'll be sure and post the website URL in the comments. It's a tinnitus discussion forums. And we've already got some people talking in there, so that's kind of cool. But I'm going to go on with my message today. First of all, I wanted to say about the linear device. I guess it is something that people had a lot of hope in that it would solve tinnitus, and it has something to do with some sounds that are played in the ears at the same time doing an electric shock on the tongue, and somehow it would work with the nerves to somehow lessen the tinnitus. I haven't talked to anybody yet who said it was great. Maybe there were some studies that showed that some people reported that their tinnitus was lessened after using it. But I hear a lot more like this one. Richard Ziditsk, I can't say the name. He's from the Netherlands. And he said that I've had the device for about 1 year now, and it's total BS. And I bought it from a hearing aid guy in Germany. And I've had it for 1 year now. It cost me $3,000. So he said the guy had a YouTube channel and he stopped selling it like 8 months ago. So, when something new comes out and stuff, that especially is something like when you're dealing with healthcare and they've got a new drug, they'll really push it and say it's the new magic cure and everything. And, it's really sad because sometimes people can really put their hopes on something. It's not just products, but it's also like the idea that, hey, if you just follow my program, your tinnitus is going to be completely solved. We can cure your tinnitus. And these are things that when people are feeling a lot of distress from tinnitus, they finally find something that gives them hope, such as a device or a program or a medication. And when that thing that they've put all their hope into fails them, it can send them into an even worse place. So here on this channel, I'm not going to tell you that I have the magic cure to tinnitus. Absolutely, I cannot. But I can tell you that a lot of people who have been following and listening to me have reported that they are in a much better place, and they consistently do that. There have been some people who said, well, I'm having another setback, but they say just by going with some of the things we discuss on this channel, they feel a lot better able to cope with it now. And then there's a lot of people that are just saying, wow, I've just really improved. I don't want to take all the credit for that, but I like to just have the right conversation about tinnitus. And a lot of it is that it can take some time. You can be in a really, really hopeless place. And I was for sure, and a lot of us were. And then you get better. And it can be a very gradual process. And I'm not going to say that I can 100% prove my theory, but I believe there are some things that we can speed up that process of getting to a better place. A lot of that is based on how our nervous system is wired. We have conscious thinking and subconscious thinking, and our conscious thoughts. When we get tinnitus, our conscious thoughts change very quickly, where we're always thinking about the sound. So we, in a sense, rewire our nervous system very quickly when we start to hear the sound and we tune into it. And it really freaks us out, and we feel a lot of anxiety from it. So one of the first tasks when we get this new rewiring, not the good kind, is we have to start thinking about what is going on in our conscious thinking. Maybe it's not as bad as we first thought. Maybe it's not going to hurt us. Maybe actually we're going to be okay. And we can start to tell our subconscious brain, in essence, tell it that, hey, this is not a big deal. And what happens is that wiring can start to change a little bit more quickly because we say, oh, it's really nothing. And then we have chemistry going on in our body. So when we really are conscious and thinking about this thing, oh my God, I hope I can solve it, our brain gets into a frenzy, and it releases all this chemistry, which creates all this anxiety. And then we can easily get into an endless cycle, or at least a cycle that lasts for a while. And I think we can break out of that cycle sooner and get to a better place if we're able to, realize that. And then we get the task of, okay, well, if we are going to choose how we're going to rewire our brain, how are we going to do that? And that's where we're going to choose to say, okay, I know it's hard not to think about this sound, but I'm going to decide that I'm going to study language today. I'm going to decide to draw something today. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to talk with my friends. Maybe I need to schedule that. And I'm going to make sure I devise a day where I'm going to do my utmost to get myself thinking about other things. And I'm going to have to do that consistently because the way the nervous system works, that rewiring doesn't just happen overnight, but we can speed up how fast it does that by getting ourselves focused on those things. So that's sort of the process of, some people call it habituation to tinnitus, but that can be controversial. And some people say it's impossible to habituate. But I think we can all agree, for the most part, that it is possible to get to a better place. And not only that, most people do. And as for the people who don't, that's always kind of an open question why that is. It may be that they sort of have some mental blocks, but I do believe in the rewiring. There's always those few very, very extreme cases where we don't even fully understand them. But those are very, very rare and very, very few and far between. And just a huge majority of people are going to be okay. It's just a matter of, can we get you there faster? And that's sort of my job on this channel. Just working with the information that we have available, I'm trying to have that conversation. And I appreciate your feedback too. I am not an expert, I'm not a doctor, but it does seem that in the medical community we do not have a lot of people really telling us how to do this. And a lot of it is a lot of just self-work, working on ourselves to do better. That being said, by all means, I cannot replace your doctor or your, I am not a professional counselor. I'm not a professional doctor, but I am an individual who has tinnitus, and I've had some success. And I'm here to share that with you, and also share some of the stories that I've heard from other people and how they have been successful. And so many of them, say the same thing. They didn't get the help they needed from the doctor. They didn't get the help they needed from the linear device, or from some hokey channel that said you just have to eat this and tap on the back of your head every day. And then some of you came here and you found that this is a good place for you to learn and work together, hopefully to do better. So hey, don't forget about the new website I launched. I don't want to call it my website. I want to call it our website. I hope we can make a good community, and it is tinnitusforums.com, tinnitusforums.com. And I'm going to put it in the comments too, so you have a link to it. So thank you very much for listening to today, and I will try to keep going as much as I can, hopefully every day or more.